What's up, guys? I'm not doing no intro here. There's no outro here, at least not in terms of like what I usually do. This is going to just be an uncut, unfiltered, raw video talking about the Avengers Doomsday leaks. A lot of people have been talking about them. A lot of people have been mentioning a specific someone who apparently will be in the movie. And not only will they be in the movie, but they will be thrown away like trash by the beginning of the movie. So, I don't really know how else to really say this, but Marvel and Disney have decided to do, and I assume as well Sony have decided to do the unthinkable, which is to have the X-Men kill Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Now, I didn't write no script here. I didn't sit here and, write down my thoughts or anything, or kind of do what I usually do, just bullet points and shit, and my notes and all that stuff. This is why I'm jumping straight into it, because this is what I was afraid of when I was saying things like, I do not want Tobey Maguire Spider-Man anywhere near Disney, Marvel, any of their universe. I never wanted him in it in the first place. Now, No Way Home, they tried to kill him off there, but they obviously went back on it by the end, and they probably rewrote that to be different. But now it's looking like that they're actually going to go through with it, and not only are they going to kill him, they're going to basically destroy his whole Earth, his whole universe, his whole everything that we've loved when we were children. They're going to just destroy it. And it just got me thinking about Disney Star Wars. It got me thinking about modern day Marvel and how all they do is just take shit from the past and then they just destroy it. They just destroy our childhood right in front of us. And I was sitting here and I was trying to tell myself, when I first started seeing these things, I was like, this is not real. This can't be real. First of all, there are many layers to that. Sony has to have their names on this. They have to approve it. Sam Raimi has to approve this because he's the one who made this whole universe in the first fucking place. Disney and Marvel do not just get to decide what happens to that specific universe, to that specific version of Spider-Man. You don't get to just decide to destroy it. You don't get to just do that. You have no fucking right to do that at all. And to sit there and again, this is what I meant by shock value, where you're just trying to get a fucking reaction out of me. Well, congratulations, you got your fucking reaction. Unfortunately, it's not gonna go the way you think. So I'm gonna just tell you this right now, okay? So, going back to what I said, I didn't believe that this was happening at first, but then we started seeing set photos. Apparently, there are set photos. Those have been coming out. We saw kind of Wolverine and Deadpool and Tobey kind of all around each other. And, it's looking, unfortunately, pretty real. Now, I don't think we have actual footage of what is actually going to happen, but from people are trying to say a lot of these leaks, especially from that first trailer, and that's the thing. I wrote a fucking script when the first trailer for the Doomsday thing came out. I wrote a fucking script, and I was like, okay, well, I'll probably add on to it if the second trailer came out, because the second trailer came out, and then that's when people started talking. When the second trailer came out, I noticed that people started talking about Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I noticed they started talking about all of those things, and talking about how, they're going to kill him off. And again, I was like, I don't believe you. But then again, we started seeing leaked set photos. We started seeing people talk about the leaks and about how like a lot of the leaks in the trailer were very the same. And if the leaks are correct, that means at the very beginning of this movie, the X-Men decided to be genocidal maniacs. So literally be the fucking, what Professor X has always taught them not to be, which is be basically fucking like tyrants and destroy worlds and take over shit. The X-Men just decide that, because of this incursion, it's gonna merge our Earth, so we gotta destroy yours. That's not what heroes do. They don't just make a decision like that. So the X-Men are gonna be completely fucked up. They're not gonna be how they're supposed to be. And then you're gonna take my childhood and just put it in the French guillotine and think that's okay? You think I'm gonna go wanna watch that? Are you out of your fucking mind? Have you lost your fucking mind? Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Marvel, Disney, Sony, but mostly Marvel. Let me tell you something, Marvel. I have put up with your shit for years. Ever since after Endgame, hell, even before that, in the comics, when you did Superior Spider-Man and you killed off Spidey in the comics, I was already sad and depressed and crying for like a few months before you brought him back. Because you knew it was a stupid idea. And I know a lot of people are going to say right now, oh, well, Michael, he's going to show up in Secret Wars, so he's going to survive his universe getting destroyed. It doesn't matter. They just destroyed everything. So even if Tobey does somehow survive this, it doesn't matter. Because the whole childhood Earth just got blown to smithereens. So, here's what's going to happen. Marvel, and trust me, I thought about this for days, for like a week plus. I've been thinking about this. I've been putting up with Marvel shit for a long time. I've been talking about Spider-Man, Brand New Day, No Way Home, Far From Home, Homecoming. All the way back. I've been talking about the MCU version of Spider-Man for a while now. I've been talking about all these little things that they should do to fix it, make it better. I've been trying so hard to course correct these motherfuckers. So fucking hard. But the truth is, they do not care about my opinion as a fan of this series, of these superheroes, of these things. This goes for Marvel and this goes for DC. They do not listen to me anymore. They do not listen to us, the fans, anymore. They do not listen to the audience anymore. They do not listen to the people who made them famous in the first fucking place. And that's my problem. We are the reason why you have all that money. We are the reason why that you sell out your tickets. We are the reason why we buy your games and give you all that money. We're the reason. We are what keep you alive. We are what keep you alive. As a company, as studios, as all of those things, Hollywood. We keep you afloat with that stuff. Does it always work out? No. But it's a part of trying to be better. The problem is that these people don't want to try. They don't want to be better. Look at the movies and video games, television, all that stuff for the past, decade plus now? Where it's just been going down the shitter because the quality of life and soul that used to be put into these projects that they would make and work on and develop and create. They don't care about that. They don't care about legacy and what Tobey Maguire Spider-Man even represents or even means. 2002 Spider-Man was the year after 9/11. It was such a Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I don't care what you say about, oh, well, I don't really like his Spider-Man, but I like his Peter Parker, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about your criticisms, because you need to understand this. This version of Spider-Man, he came out at the perfect time to help heal a nation of people that were suffering through a dramatic event, especially in New York City. This used to be looked at as a big deal. That's why when Spider-Man 1 and 2 came out, they helped heal the nation. They helped heal people and bring energy and life back into people's souls and wanting to continue with this little thing I like to call life. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I've been depressed. I've been tired. I've been working hard at my job and I've been trying to balance life with my family and trying to help them and trying to be here for them. At the same time, I'm trying to sit here and do YouTube and be here for you guys and all this other shit. And it's hard. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. And I'm especially tired of constantly trying to course correct these motherfuckers who don't even want to hire people like nerds or people who actually care about these source material things anymore. They don't care. They're like, we want a new audience. Okay, good luck with that. Because here's what's going to happen. I'm not going to go watch Avengers Doomsday. I'm going to watch it on. I'm just gonna pirate this shit. You really think that I'm gonna actually go watch it? No, of course I would never promote piracy, wink wink. But at the same time, fuck you. Fuck you for doing this to me. Fuck you for doing this to people's childhoods like mine. Fuck you for sitting there thinking that you know better, that you think it's a good idea, that you think you don't even have the right to make that decision. Marvel, Disney, you don't have the fucking right. Again, it's disrespectful. They are nothing but disrespectful, just disrespect. In the movies, in the game industry, in the TV, movies, everything. I'm sick of it. I am sick of the disrespect toward the things I care about, to these things that I grew up with and I loved and I cherished and it helped me get through, again, this little thing I like to call life. And now you want to go back in the past and kill my childhood just because you feel like it. And I don't appreciate that. So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And I'm not going to lie, this is probably going to affect my audience as well. This is going to hurt them as well, because here's what's going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and react to your movie. I'm not going to talk about your trailers. I'm not going to watch your movies anymore. I'm not going to buy your games. I'm not going to buy your comics. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to hate watch something or hate play something or sit there and try to look for good in things like in the movie or the game or comic book or whatever. I'm not going to do that anymore, because my line is about to be crossed. The one thing that has kept me sane and stable for my life has been Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Because let me tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck about the X-Men. I don't give a fuck about the Avengers. I sure as fuck don't give a shit about DC. I care about Spider-Man. I grew up with that 90s, early 2000s version of Spider-Man. That's what I grew up with. And for you to go back and kill a big part of my childhood just because you feel like it, or because you ran out of ideas, or because you just want a cheap way to get people in seats, that's not going to work. I'm not going to go to the movie theater. I'm not going to buy the game. I'm not buying the new Wolverine game. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to waste my hard-earned money on things that are just made in hatred and spite toward me, where they'll put little things in there, so like, oh, don't you like that? But then like the rest of it's just woke, garbage, liberal, fucking disgusting, just absolute shit that doesn't matter, that doesn't represent even what heroism even is and what it should be. And that's why they have decided to destroy Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because they want to, they feel like they need to destroy the last ounce of anything left of people like me who grew up with heroism and wanting to do the right thing, be a hero, help people, etc., etc., etc. And that's what disgusts me. It's disrespectful, and I will not tolerate it. Now, what does this mean for the channel? Well, I'm going to have to rebrand, because guess what? I don't give a shit about Marvel. I will not give it, at this point, I'm done with Marvel. If this leak is correct, and if this happens in the movie, I don't care if he comes back in Secret Wars. Because you just destroyed his whole planet. You destroyed his whole universe. Mary Jane's dead, Aunt May's dead, JJ's dead. All the people that he loves and cares about are dead. The whole planet is gone. His universe gone. Everything. It doesn't matter if he survives. Because you just destroyed that whole thing. It doesn't matter. We're past the point. You, by doing that, have crossed the line with me. That was my line. And you just fucking crossed it. Or so it seems like you crossed it. So, guess what? I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to fix this anymore. I'm not going to sit here and watch as this stupid ship crashes into an iceberg. I'm getting off the ship. I'm done. I'm 28 years old. I'm a man now. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown-ass man. Maybe it's time to move on. Maybe it's time for me to put the superhero stuff down. Maybe it's time for me to step away from it. And, you know, it's hard. It's really hard for me to want to do that. But I have to. Because I refuse to support people who hate me. I refuse to support people who outright despise me based off of my politics and or my thoughts about things. I absolutely refuse to give benefit of the doubt anymore. I just don't want to anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of giving people the benefit of the doubt. I'm tired. You have to prove to me. The billion-dollar company has to prove to me now that they are worth that video game $60, $70, that movie ticket is worth my time. Because I'm done. I am done. I'm sick and tired of trying to help. When I sit here, and this goes for everyone on the internet, when we sit here and we try to tell you that, hey, this is a bad move. Hey, that's a bad direction. Hey, this is not the direction you probably want to go because of X, Y, and Z. And what have they done? They have done nothing but refuse to listen. They have done nothing but got standoffish. They have turned this idea. They have made up this idea that the customer is now just wrong now. You don't know what you want. Let me tell you what you want. That's not how this works. I think I can confidently speak for a lot of young men right now who are depressed and tired and just want to watch a movie that's really good, or play a video game that is really good, or read a comic book that's like really good. We don't have that right now. And they're not going to learn their lesson until Disney/Marvel goes to bankruptcy again. That's when they'll learn. So, moving forward, if this leak is true, so I'll kind of do my normal thing until the movie comes out, December 18th. By the way, Merry fucking Christmas. We just killed your favorite Spider-Man. When that movie comes out, if that leak is true, in any way, shape, or form, I will no longer buy anything from Marvel. Nothing. I will not buy any of their new games. I will not watch any of their new movies. I will not buy or read any of their new comic books. And I will especially stop playing Marvel Rivals. Because I've been getting sick of the game lately anyway, honestly. So, I will be done with Marvel. I will not buy one fucking penny worth of anything from them ever again if this is what they do. Because like I said, I don't give a shit about X-Men. I don't give a shit about the Avengers. I don't care about any of that shit. All I ever cared about is Spider-Man. Spider-Man was the character I grew up with. That version of Spider-Man was the one I hold dear to my heart. That was like the one version of him that I looked at as more of a father figure for the lack of a father I had in my life. So this is a very personal thing for me, for you to have done. So with that being said, yeah, I think moving forward, if this rumor is true and the movie comes out and this happens, I'm probably going to be rebranding for January, meaning I'm going to be changing my channel name, probably going to be taking the superhero stuff out. We're going to stop doing superhero content and we're going to be doing something else, or I will end up just quitting YouTube because my whole YouTube has been about superheroes. So, I don't know. This might be the end of my channel as well because, like I said, this is what I cared about. This is what I like to talk about. But if they are willing to cross this line and go this far, I gotta hang up the cape and cowl then. I'm done. I'm sorry. Or I'm going to rebrand and I'm going to change my name. I'm going to get like a different logo and we're going to just change our whole design and our whole thing here on this channel. I'm not making this shit up. This is not a joke. This is a fair warning to people who love this channel and, you know, support me and what I do here. But I understand that the reality is most people come here because they want me to talk about Spider-Man and they want me to talk about Marvel and DC and all that stuff. So if that is something that most of you are not willing to lose out on, then I'm sorry. But if this leak is true, then I will be rebranding or I will be quitting. It just depends on what happens. So it's been something I've been thinking about a long time. This is not like something that's coming out of my ass. This is a serious thought I've been having for a long time. So I am sorry, but Marvel has crossed my line. And I am not willing to support a company that does not care about my thoughts and my opinions and my feelings about their decisions anymore. I am sick of trying to help them. I'm sick and tired of trying to course correct them. I am sick and tired of them not hiring people like us. We are the people who they should be hiring, but they've gone out of their way to make sure that we do not get our foot in there. They gatekeep the things we love. So I want to give a shout out to two people. I know some people might think this is weird of me to do because I don't usually do this. I don't usually bring up other channels. I don't usually talk about this. There are two channels I want to talk about. Both of them have been I think they have been really good channels, and I've appreciated seeing their work recently. One of them is Brandon the Awesome. He is someone I see a lot on Twitter. I've seen his YouTube pages and stuff, and, you know, he seems like a cool guy. He seems, again, like, you know, when I was doing YouTube, you know, I would always talk about this idea of gatekeeping. We need to gatekeep the things we love. And I still stand by that, and I still believe that. But, you know, I do love to see, and I appreciate people that are younger than me now coming out and kind of doing what I was doing when I was their age. And it makes me feel good. It brings a smile to my face in this cold, desolate world of nothing but loneliness and depression. You know, and there's another channel who I remember I had a commenter who would talk a lot of smack about him, but I do kind of like him in a way. And his name, what was his name? His name was Ranting for Vengeance. Now, I know a lot of people think that guy is kind of unhinged, but he's very, what's the word? He's a purist. And I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, like sometimes, you know, like, you know, when it comes to puritism, when it comes to like the comics and stuff like that, it can be a little like, you know, like like kind of like with Batman, like, you know, Batman used to kill people. We don't like Batman killing people now, you know, like you know, some, you know, I've been wanting to make that video like about comics and about like how, like, you know, sometimes the comic book accurate version is not always the best, you know, like, then that's just the fact. You know, sometimes, you know, Batman used to kill people. Well, we don't really, as audience, don't really like to see Batman kill people anymore. You know what I mean? So that was just this is a random example, but my point is it's like I really do appreciate those guys because they're still kind of continuing what I was doing with the you know, the puritism slash gatekeeping of the things we love and care about, and I think that's good. I think that, you know, there are a lot of people like that now, and I love to see it. Makes me feel pretty good. A lot of them are bigger than me, and I've been around for years. Probably should have just kind of quit this a long time ago, honestly, but I'm still here for you guys. That's the reason why I'm here. That's the whole reason why I've been here. But I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I've been trying to balance this with my normal life for a long time now, and if Marvel really did just cross this line with killing Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and his whole universe, then that might be the end of this channel, because we talk about superhero content here. And if I'm not willing to talk about superhero content anymore from Marvel or DC because of what they just did, then that's going to be the end of the channel, or I'm going to rebrand and do something else. So like I said, that's a very tough decision for me to make, but I feel like I needed to make this video not only to talk about, you know, the whole thing with the Avengers Doomsday thing, but I also kind of want to talk about my feelings about the movie industry and the game industry as well, talk about you guys for once, tell you how I've been feeling and what's been going on and stuff. So yeah, that's all I really got to say. Bit of a longer video. But I've had longer. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry that it's come to this, but I hope maybe we can, if, like I said, if this leak is true, maybe hopefully we could rebrand and try to do something else. But I think it looks like it's gonna happen. It looks it looks pretty plausible at this point that that's what the direction they're going with. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it makes me feel kind of sad and depressed. I'm not gonna lie. So if, you know, if their goal was to make me cry or make me feel depressed or alone or anything like that, or a sense of loss, I mean, congratulations, you got what you want. But by doing that, you just lost a customer. Now I no longer want to buy your products anymore. And I will not be buying your products anymore. I don't care if it comes out and it's semi-decent. I will not be buying it. You're going to have to grovel at my fucking feet at this point if you want anything from me, because I'm not giving you a damn penny anymore. I have tried and tried and tried, and I'm tired. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. I usually am kind of with it. I'll look at your comment, but I don't really engage with it too much. But I think this video, I'm going to probably be a bit more engaging because, like I said, I feel like this is a very big thing right now. And if this, like I said, if this is true, if this all comes to pass, and if I do either brand or quit, then I want to be prepared. And I kind of want to know what you guys think, and I kind of want to know maybe some of your suggestions moving forward for next year and stuff like that. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you for being here, who are subbed all these years, and yeah, I love you guys. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys. Gonna have to get a different outro. Alright, bye.